Yeah, I think that if we develop our connection to big mind, if you will, or the whole, then what is most important in the domain of the particular, because the particular is also, the wholeness is infinite, differentiation is infinite. There's infinite particulars.
Right.
How does one know? Well, it's by staying connected to the whole, and I'm sure this is true in Aikido, that when you stay connected to the whole situation, you appear to have an infinite number of moves. But in fact, when the moment arises, there's actually only one or two very strong and very clear directions that
And
you can take.
totally unique to that interaction.
Absolutely.
To that
And you couldn't have anticipated it, and you didn't know. But
always
in fact,
creative.
all those possibilities condense into this moment of true, what is potentiated. Right. So in my work, for instance, as a mediator, sometimes I'll do meetings with, lots of people, and we'll start out with all these different perspectives flying around and lots of emotion and whatever, and then I'll start to identify sort of the most basic emotion in the room and the most basic disagreement in the room, and like everybody kind of like organizes around that. And then pretty soon that begins to kind of, all that differentiation is represented in a certain way by one conversation that everybody wants to go into, that only two people in the room are going to have. I mean, there's this potential for, there's 100 people in the room, there could be 50 conversations. Yeah. But in fact, there's one that just sort of takes care of the whole thing.
Right.
And it takes care of all of it, Yeah. So it's interesting.
But see, that's where I see you as this kind of master facilitator, because you can locate the fixation almost shamanically, not through assessment, or you just feel, and it just, for you, it's like, okay, hang on, there's a fixation over here, something's stuck or something's resisting or whatever, and then again, competent, you've developed, I guess, also through your professional skill, you've developed the intuition to locate it, but then how to handle, how to enter into it, how to open it up, how to reflect it to the group in a way that doesn't trigger the amygdala, doesn't trigger the fight, flight, freeze, and then it and people are actually able to kind of move into that place where they just don't want to go.
Right, that's right, and yet they do want to go.
And they do want to go. Yeah,
they actually really want to go. Yeah.
And then what's released is always spontaneous, always unpredictable, always creative, and always a big yes for, on the other side of that place where I don't want to go, it's always a big yes.
And there's always some quality of novelty.